Hey.
Yeah.
Coming in.
We were tied up in sports talk.
Yeah, just right before the show there.
The buzzer beater.
I know.
We just got in time.
We're trying to think. We might have a new format for Fridays.
We should incorporate, the sports are so crazy right now. We incorporate that a little bit.
Exactly.
If you guys are into that.
Yeah, I mean, we have the NBA playoffs, we have the NHL playoffs, and we just could give a weekly recap of what's been happening. So, you know, there's been a couple games that have went on. We wouldn't, of course, do it every day, but I think at the end of the week, we could...
Looking forward to the weekend game, see what's going on.
Exactly.
I agree. I concur with your analogies.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Trends.
What up?
For Thursday, April 26th.
You tell me, Chief.
I think so. I think it's the 26th.
Yes, 26th. I like how you're guessing.
Yeah, it's at this point, it's just a gamble.
26th?
Sure. But yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. If this is your first time tuning in to Talking Trends, myself and Tony find interesting news articles from across the globe, and we bring them to the comfort of your home or wherever you may be listening to this. And if you are listening to this on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, please check out the website, wetalkingtrends.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please do.
And unlike a lot of podcasts out there, this is done live. So we would love to hear from you guys in the chat room about the topics and stories we are going to cover today.
Yeah.
And they are doozies, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, we got some good ones.
This first one coming out of Houston. A father turns his own son in.
Sometimes you got to turn in family.
I mean, I think it's a hard thing to do, but in this situation, the son was responsible for breaking into 250 plus cars in a week.
He done fucked up.
That's just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Speaking of people fucking up.
In a big way.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, boy.
Has finally been sentenced.
It's a done deal. We got all the juicy details on that one.
You want to hear my Bill Cosby joke?
You got, oh yeah, you saved it. He didn't want to tell me what it was. He's like, it's going to be good, and it's got pudding. Or I don't know. You tell me what it is. Is it going to be gross?
No, I'll save it for after the story.
During the segment.
Yeah, we'll do. It's not too bad.
Does it involve prison?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Of course, then I have there's been an update for this idiot who made the racist proposal.
Yeah.
He is not going to the graduation, which I hoped would happen. Yeah, and among there's going to be some other things in which we'll talk about. And then finally, Tony's going to talk about all those shoppers out there that have went to Walmart and have had problems, you know, trying to find an employee to help you find something. But in this case, this shopper just got on the intercom and was like, hey,
I can do this.
I can do this.
The struggle is real, people.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We have a little doozy for you. But for Talking Trends birthdays, we want to send a happy birthday out to Channing Tatum.
Sexy man.
Shouts out and happy birthday to Melania Trump.
Right, first ladies. If you're into that 48-year-old first lady look, she's got it.
Yep. Happy birthday to Kevin James.
The man, King of Queens.
Yep. Also, happy birthday to action superstar Jet Li.
55, man.
Right?
I like Jet Li. I like Jet Li.
Me too.
Are you Jet Li or are you Jackie Chan fan? See, that's the dilemma now.
Me, I'm a Jackie Chan fan.
Okay.
Simply because the guy, he does so much. He sings.
He's a singer.
He's a singer, too. He does his own stunts.
True.
In all of his movies. I'm not sure if he's still doing his own stunts in the movies, but...
Dude, he is. And Rush Hour 4 is coming out.
Oh, boy.
So you know we're going to watch that.
This is true. Also, happy birthday to Carol Burnett.
85. Classic Queen of Comedy.
Yes. And finally, from R&B supergroup, happy birthday to T-Boz.
Oh, yeah. Love that TLC vibe. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with TLC. My favorite.
Did I even say TLC after the R&B supergroup? R&B supergroup, TLC.
Just pick a supergroup.
Yeah, that's an R&B supergroup.
It was either that or Destiny's Child. So she was part of one of those two groups.
So, yeah, happy birthday T-Boz from TLC, like we said.
Yeah.
Happy
birthday.
Let's get into today's show.
Do we got a word today or we don't have a word today?
Oh, Tony.
We did do the word yesterday. We hit it.
This is true. Thank you.
Barely.
Thank you very much.
Just like LeBron's shot last night. We just got it in before the show ended.
This is true. Quite the buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Today's word, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing an April challenge where Tony has thankfully reminded me to incorporate a random word out of the dictionary into one of the stories.
Yeah, we trying to learn.
And today's word, mazard.
No.
Wild sweet cherry. Mazard.
Wow.
Wild sweet cherry.
Okay. We can do that one.
All right.
Mazard.
Up first, ladies and gentlemen, father reports son after the teen admits to 250 car break-ins. Houston father took stand against crime and turned in his own son after the 18-year-old admitted that he broke into hundreds of cars and stole guns. T. Daniels was speaking to his son Christian after the younger Daniels showed him a bag with a 9mm handgun inside. His son showed him paperwork that allegedly went with the gun, and what was written on the paper really surprised the father. Quote unquote, the dad says he put the camera closer to the paperwork and it said Houston Police Department. So that kind of really ticked me off for him to, have a gun, and then you're going to steal it from a police officer.
Of course. Might as well do it if you're going to do it right.
Oh, boy. So Christian told his father that he broke into the car and took a bag that contained police gear, according to court documents. The records also show that he told his father that he broke into 250 cars over the week.
Oh, boy.
Targeting jogging areas, malls, and other parking lots.
Over the week?
Over the week, ladies and gentlemen. 250 cars.
Listen, that guy putting in work.
You got to respect the hustle.
You do have to respect that hustle a little bit.
I mean, he's not hurting anybody. He's not mugging people. You know,
true.
Just cars, right?
Yeah, he's addicted to breaking in cars. What are you gonna do?
Well, klepto. Daniel said that it felt like it was his duty to report his son to police, who was ultimately charged with theft of a firearm and unlawful carrying of a weapon.
All right.
So, I mean,
how old is this kid again?
18. Ooh, so he's adult. He's adult.
Oh.
And that's what I mean. I'm kind of like, here's the question I propose. Do you turn your child in if you know him or her has committed crimes? Like, I mean, the kid told the dad. It wasn't like he stumbled upon
He admitted it.
He admitted to doing this.
Why would he admit it, though?
I don't know. Maybe it was something that was bothering him.
Well, 250 cars later, it might get on your nerves a little bit.
His shoulders feel a little heavy, chest a little heavy.
He never stole the cars, though.
No, it was just the
which is actually good.
Yeah.
Because not like Grand Theft Auto. That's a serious crime in the States.
Right.
This is more just breaking in and stealing some. You said there was nothing in your car to steal.
And I was just like, and here's the thing. We were trying to figure out, like, oh, man, 250 cars, that sounds like a crazy number. But then if you really factor in, like, this is from Houston, so population's quite large. And again, this kid was targeting jogging parks, parking lots.
Right.
Of like superstores and stuff like that. So there's tons of cars there.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, I would like to gather a stat to see how many people actually leave their car unlocked while going to the mall and stuff like that. And I was just saying to Tony, I mean, sometimes when I'm going to the mall, I just leave my car unlocked because I don't have much to steal, ladies and gentlemen. You can take the $6 in parking lot change that I keep in there. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping any handguns in my car.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Those days are gone.
Those days are gone. That was so 1997 of me. Yeah. But yeah, no, nothing of value because, I mean, I would rather somebody go into my car without breaking the window and stuff like that. Rooting through, I mean, absolutely nothing.
It's a thing. Yeah, exactly. It's a thing here in the summertime, too. Obviously, break-ins in vehicles, the rates go up in the summertime. Usually it's kids just going around just checking handles.
Yeah.
And they'll just go in if they check. They'll go in and scrounge around and take whatever they can. They're not trying to break in, nor do a lot of them have the capabilities. Because usually it's a smashed window. They're not usually, doing anything fancy to get in there.
Right.
But yeah, just don't keep anything in your car of value.
Yeah, don't keep, again, handguns, for one.
Number one, handguns.
Yeah, don't leave any mazards in your car.
Oh, man. Have you... All right.
Don't leave your wild sweet cherries.
Jesus. Is that a problem for you? You leave them wild sweet cherries in there?
My car becomes high target when I leave a couple mazards.
Well, you can't leave them on the seat because they will see that.
No, exactly.
They'll grab that
my God, is that a mazard?
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Those look delicious.
Yeah, yummy.
But yeah, I mean, I think in this story, I feel bad for the dad.
Well, the question is, do you turn your kid in?
That's the biggest question. Is it depending on the crime? Is this crime serious? Tony, if I was your son, handsome son, by the way.
Of course.
Would you turn me in?
You're gone. No, I mean, listen, the kid admitted to it, so I think that's number one. He kind of wanted to, but did he admit it just kind of so he could be good with the dad? Like, listen, I did these things, don't turn me in? Or did he do it because he wanted to get turned? I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody wants to get arrested.
I don't know the psychology behind it.
I don't know. We're going to have to get a psychologist in here.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I don't know. He just needed to get it off his chest, apparently. I guess maybe telling his friends wasn't enough, or I don't know. Maybe he just felt like he was letting his dad down, and he just was like, hey, Dad, do whatever you want, but I stole a couple handguns and broke into 250 cars over the week. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Good on a kid, though, coming forward. Because he didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a little applause for that. I mean, not for breaking into people's cars, of course. You're not getting any kind of sympathy from me for that. But good on you for admitting your crime.
But it wasn't serious. Nobody got hurt, like you said before. Yeah. So I mean, better he get it out of his system now when he's 18 than when he's older.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, but anyway, it's that's good parenting right there. That's tough love.
That is tough love. That is probably the definition.
Props to the dad for doing that, because that ain't easy to do either.
No, picking up the phone, being like, "Listen, officers, my son did something I'm not proud of."
Yeah, 250 times.
Yeah, 250 times.
Like what?
And also think of all the cases they just solved in that one person.
Dude, like. Yeah, the whole department just shut down.
Yeah, they're just like, bro, you just saved us so much paperwork.
Yeah, he should get a reward.
Yeah.
Good.
Somebody who should not be getting an award, but instead is getting a little jail time.
He will not be getting a reward.
The fall from grace, Bill Cosby. Ladies and gentlemen.
So big. Such a big story. And it's been going on for years now, of course, as you guys know, if you've been living. First of all, you must have been living under a rock if you don't know anything about it. And they found 12 people that were living under rocks, which are the jury, who are not supposed to know anything about the case. How they found these 12 people, I have no idea. But anyway, breaking news just happened. The jury in the Bill Cosby trial have found him guilty. Yeah. 3 accounts of aggravated incident assault, so basically sexual assault.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get for liking pudding. Putting that dick where it doesn't belong.
Man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Why did that just happen? He was so saving that up for years. Till the trial became what it is today.
Bill Cosby.
Boom.
Keeps on putting that dick where it doesn't belong.
You just got dropped a big dick on your forehead.
Anyway.
That happens.
Continue.
That's good. How can I follow that up?
Sorry.
Anyway, so today, Thursday, it just happened. Of course, found 3 accounts aggravated incident assault for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constad in Philadelphia in 2004. So this is one woman.
Which is crazy because I remember, this is nuts. I remember I was on tour.
Yes.
When this first kind of broke. And I remember waking up outside the hotel room and waking up early, and under everybody's door was Bill Cosby's face on the front of the newspaper.
Right.
And I was like, holy smokes, this is real.
And was that in 2004?
This was like a little bit after when all the accusations started coming, breaking. Started rolling, the ball started rolling, and I was like, oh man, this guy, it's done.
I think we all thought it wouldn't get to trial. I think that because of how long ago it was, people were just kind of saying, well, it doesn't happen so long ago, the limitations, Yeah. But obviously not the case here, people. He got, of course, the 80-year-old, he's 80 years old, by the way. 80-year-old comedian faces up to 10 years in prison on each count. So it's 3 counts, that could be up to 30 years in prison, but would likely serve them concurrently.
Yeah.
So it'll be simultaneously served.
Back to back.
Sentencing hearing has not yet been scheduled. Cosby did not, and this is interesting, Cosby did not have an audible reaction to his conviction. Afterwards, prosecutors asked the judge to revoke Cosby's bail because he is a flight risk and has a private plane. Cosby, who did not testify in the trial and sat quietly throughout the proceedings, then stood up and yelled in a loud, booming voice, "He doesn't have a plane, you asshole."
Wow.
Cosby a little bit out of sorts here. It sounds like an 80-year-old man, a little bit of a
crotchety,
a little bit of thing there. So Judge Steve O'Neill ruled that Cosby should not leave his Pennsylvania home.
No, this guy has to be under watch.
And that he would need to be fitted with a GPS tracking device.
No, he used to be under watch.
I mean, yeah.
Especially at this age. He's, what, 80?
80 years old.
You just served him 30 years. Yeah. God knows what's going through this person's head. I mean, in my mind, I'm trying to leave. Like, if I have a private plane, I'm giving Tony over here $100,000 to fly me somewhere and never talk about where you took me.
You're going to go to a place where there's no extradition, and you're going to live life there, and you're not going to do anything else.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Or he's on suicide watch.
Well, that's the other thing. We talked about that. And at 80 years old, at this point, I think that's a possibility, as sad as it is to say.
Is there senior jail? Is there jail for old people? Can I look that up?
Is there old people jail? I think it's called a retirement home, isn't
it? Right.
You know what I mean? Kerry says there's no denying the fact that at this point he's guilty. There was a girl who had hospital reports, I believe, that were a type of DAPE drug that was used in her system. So,
well, this guy was just constantly dropping drugs in people's drinks and stuff like that. And I mean, not only.
Well, here's the thing. We talked a little bit earlier about innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Right. So, and obviously in this situation, he was proven guilty. You know, do the crime, you're going to do the time.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I don't know. There's over 60 accounts, 60 women that had come forward in this whole from the very beginning to now.
And maybe granted, some of those may be
true,
a little fake.
True.
But again,
we don't know.
When you have those staggering numbers, I mean, the whole innocent until proven guilty.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty
significant, I would say.
It's hard to stand behind that sentence.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that's what's going down. So they didn't set a sense. I think they didn't set a sentencing date yet.
No. And
unfortunately, like I was just saying, sad as it may be, at this age, he may do something drastic to himself because he doesn't want to go to jail. I'm assuming nobody does. And at 80 years old, he definitely doesn't want to spend the remaining of his days, how many days he may have left, behind bars. So
what a just like total disgrace of a career.
Yeah,
like you're up here.
Yeah,
at the top of the world. Everybody's lovable dad on the Cosby Show, especially for like black people, someone to honestly look up to. He was a doctor in the show. Like the family was just an all-round. I think the wife she was a lawyer.
She was a lawyer. He was a doctor.
Everything was just like a wholesome family, you know. And then behind all the crazy scenes, this is what he is doing. He's done to so many countless women, and I mean, it kind of took in my eyes. I mean. Thankfully, it came out.
Yes.
Perhaps it took a little too long for it to come out. He is 80 now.
Yeah.
But man, ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking of, God damn,
well,
what a way to go.
Here's what's going to be interesting because, of course, he's African American.
Yeah.
And a lot of these, the drugging part is one side of it.
Yeah.
But it's not, the drugging wasn't it was more the sexual assault. Let's see what happens with some of these other guys like Weinstein. Let's see what happens in that case if and when that goes to trial.
Yeah.
What kind of look is he going to be looking at?
That guy got it. Yeah. See,
let's see what the sentence happens there. What happens with that verdict?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's and I don't want to say it's all based on race, but it's very interesting. We've seen cases that don't go the same way because of race.
This is true, and state to state too.
And state to state. So this was in Pennsylvania.
And different judges and different attorneys. It's crazy. The law seems to be very malleable, if you will. Can be bent to, again, those who are a little bit more wealthier than the average Joe out there.
So many sad angles to this thing, man. Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
I grew up on Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
The Cosby Show. I mean, like you were just talking about.
I stopped eating Jell-O after this.
Yeah, there you go. Jell-O's out the door.
Yeah,
can't even enjoy. I saw Bill Cosby live perform in Ottawa.
I was gonna say when he was. Did you see him when he came here? Do you remember when Freeman's Pizza had that sign outside their
oh no, you're right. It was here.
Yeah,
that's when I seen him.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and he ate there or something.
Yeah, and he was just like the best pizza in town.
Yeah, that was a great quote. Of course,
great quote. They clearly have taken the sign down because who wants the
well, yeah, he definitely took it down now.
Yeah, but it was up for quite some time. Anybody who lives in Halifax knows what I'm talking about. Freeman's on Kumple Road. That was like their claim to fame. Bill Cosby said it was the best pizza in town. I'm not sure how many other pizza joints he's tried.
Just that one.
Apparently, probably just that one. But ladies and gentlemen, he was trying out all the ladies, unfortunately, instead of pizza.
He was eating pizza, Mazzards, everything he was eating in the joint. It was great. He put Mazzards on the pizza.
There you go.
Karen says, how sad, it's so sad how many women have to live their lives with memories of what he has done to them. Truly sad. Yeah. I mean, for the ladies that it did happen to, it's unfortunate. They have to live with that the rest of their lives.
And again, I hope in their case there is some sort of resolve, knowing that, I mean, he is potentially going to jail for 30 years, and he will potentially probably die in jail.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, if he does those, then yeah. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
If he makes it to jail, and we don't even know when the sentencing could be another year from now. We don't know, right?
I never understood that. It's like the guy's guilty, right? Boom, guilty. We'll just wait a couple months for sentencing.
Yeah.
But why don't you just do it there and then just get it all over with? Why draw it out?
Yeah.
I never understood that. I mean, guys, I need some help here, lawyers. If you, I gotta call my lawyer friends and be like, yo, why does this happen all the time? Because you're talking about his bail and stuff like that. Now he has a GPS track. Like at this point, if you're putting a tracker on him, then keep him in jail. If you're so concerned about him hopping on a plane or potentially killing himself or what have you, at this point, he's already guilty, and you should just put him behind bars.
I think he would be considered a high risk to leave town. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't keep him in jail. It makes no sense. They gave him $1 million bail, which he can well afford.
Easily.
So he's out, obviously. But, this story's not over.
No.
Let's just see. And unfortunately, I think we're going to be reporting something very, very soon on what's going on with Cosby.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm calling it now. I don't think it's going to be.
Here we go. The Tony bet right here.
I don't think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to end very, very badly. And as sad as it is, that's where it's going to happen. Unfortunately. But
here's the way I think it's going to end.
Yeah.
He still goes to jail. Jail time reduced by a fair amount. By at least 20 years. I'm thinking they're going to give him max 10.
So he'll be out like 90.
He'll be 90 if he gets out.
If he lives through that.
On good behavior, 5 to 8 years. That's the TK bet right now.
So you're betting that.
I'm betting that.
I'm betting he's not going to make it to jail.
Yeah. Tony and his tiny heart.
My cold black heart.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm thinking he's not going to get the full 30. Going to be reduced significantly.
Okay.
And on top of that, it's going to be in good behavior or what have you. I think it's going to be reduced again.
Okay. That's possible.
That's what I think.
CJ says it's a scheduled booked in advance, so we're talking about the sentencing. Serve due diligence. So apparently that's the way it works. Karen says straight jacket, padded room in the dark. That's where he belongs.
Yeah.
He can molest himself.
Yeah. Why does he do
all you want, buddy?
Come on, gentlemen. Let's do that instead of harassing and molesting somebody else. Molest yourself.
Yeah, go ahead. He probably does that too.
A lot less trouble.
Quick roll call.
Let's do it.
Everybody join us. Melissa, Chelsea, Jonathan Cromwell, as always. Julie, Karen, Carrie, Laura, Jeanette, Avery, Karen, I said already, Gail, and CJ.
Let's see.
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Glasgow, Nicole, shouts out Jenny, Jeanette, Melly Rouse, Andre, CJ, yeah, Corey, yeah. I'm just seeing it. I'm seeing if you forgot anybody to say.
CJ said pudding for life.
The good kind of pudding. Yes.
I think we went through that already.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed my joke about the pudding.
I think she missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good one.
Yeah, it was maybe not pudding. Your genitals where they don't belong. Get it? Pudding. Anyway.
Yeah. You can rewind and watch later.
Yeah.
Facebook will shut us down.
Yeah. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of shutting things down. We have a little update on a story we covered. What was it, yesterday?
I think it was a couple days ago.
Before. Anyway, this is like our first update. I feel kind of proud of myself.
I like your update.
So the student whose prom proposal sparked racial backlash will not be attending prom. A Florida high school student whose prom proposal sparked online outrage and racial backlash will not be attending prom, according to a statement from his family's lawyer.
Wow.
I know, right? Noah Crowley, a senior at Riverview High School, posted a photo of himself holding a sign with the words, "If I were black, I'd be picking cotton," but I'm white. So I'm picking you for prom. And the picture is, of course, pictured here on your screen. In a statement provided to NBC News, Crowley's parents said that their son will not attend any future school activities or functions, including the prom or graduation. The statement says the decision was made after several conversations as a family and additional discussions with Riverview High School administrators. I would think it shouldn't take a couple discussions. It just would, be clear as day.
I don't know how many discussions you need about this.
Yeah, I'd be like, I messed up. I probably shouldn't go to prom or graduation.
You don't need a lawyer to figure this one out, buddy.
But again, look, maybe they do, because this kid clearly thought that this sign and proposal was a good idea.
That's true too. He thought this was okay. So.
Right? So anyway, to each their own. He also faces potential discipline from the school, according to officials. Fellow Riverview senior Aaron Williams shared Crowley's post on Facebook, and it quickly went viral. The specific reference to picking cotton sparked outrage, of course, and accusations of racism on social media. The school is investigating the incident and looking at all options of discipline. Additionally, just talking about how it disrupted the school and the way it was going on about its policies, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. The school district is working with local and national civic leaders, including the NAACP, to develop a roundtable forum to discuss the issue of race, not just at Riverview, but district-wide. So, yeah. According to, remember we were talking about how many black kids and how many white kids go to this school.
Oh, yes.
So according to the government data from 2015 to 2016 school year, approximately 8% of the nearly 2,500 students at Riverview High School are black, while roughly 70% are white.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
That's pretty big difference.
That's a big difference. That is a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, we're all sprinkled in there a little bit.
Just a little peppered
like
in there.
Peppered. We're peppered in there.
I didn't want to say it. Oh, bloody hell.
Pepper.
Yeah, it's all good. A little seasoning in there.
A little season. It's all right.
Very nice.
Spice
Very
things
nice.
up.
Well done. Well done.
Shouts out to the 8%.
Yep. 8% of pepper out there.
Yeah. Shouts out to my little peppers.
Yeah. Well, that's
we're here together.
Good, man. It wasn't going to be safe for him to go. Well, obviously, only 7%. That's not. He probably would have been all right, but
yeah,
probably a good decision not to go there.
I would just think, ladies and gentlemen, if I did something that's stupid and outlandish and got sparked racial outrage, and I had a potential high school graduation or what have you or functions, I'm just going to remove myself. Yeah. But again, this person put together the sign, so I don't think he's the smartest tool in the shed.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
So.
Oh, well. Yeah. It's, when you get your lawyer involved, it's got to.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Pay up.
I mean, the lawyer's probably happy. He's like, oh, free money.
Yeah. He's like, you needed me for this?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys couldn't have figured this one on your own?
You guys couldn't do this by yourself? Mom, Dad?
You guys are dumb as that sign.
Yeah, jeez.
Come on.
And finally, how may I help you is the slogan from Walmart employees. But in this case, they did not do too much help because one nice shopper couldn't find anybody to help. Is it her or him?
Him.
Couldn't find anybody to help him find what he needed. So what did this individual do? Tony, take it away.
I think we've all felt this pain. We can all relate to this Kentucky man's annoyance with having to wait a little too long for help at a store. This happened at a Walmart, of course. His name is Forrest Hunter. Forrest Hunter is his name, which is awesome, first of all.
Shouts out.
Love his name. Yep. Of Lawrenceburg, stopped by his area Walmart on Friday to pick up a hunting license, but there was no employee in the sporting goods section to help him. Hunter waited around for a bit, but took things into his own hands when a Walmart worker still hadn't shown up after a few minutes. In the video, there's a video online posted on Hunter's Facebook. The man is hilariously seen grabbing the store phone, dialing the intercom, and asking for assistance over the loudspeaker. Quote, saying, "Customer needs assistance in sporting goods, please," he said politely. And then he said, "I'm the customer."
That's amazing.
So the video had been viewed more than 2 million times since it was posted and shared 50,000 times. I think we can all relate to this. I think we've spoken about this before.
Yeah. Just customer service, man.
Walmart is kind of on the border. I mean, it's still hard to find people in there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of other stores that I've gone into, and I don't mind blasting these stores, but I mean, it's bad. I mean, you'll literally walk up and down every single aisle. There's nobody to be found. Good on this guy for picking up the phone and doing that.
You know what's so funny, though? Here's the fine line with this situation.
I love that.
It's either, here's my experience.
Yeah.
Either there's nobody to help you.
Yeah.
Or when you walk into stores and people, like, when I kind of want to just be by myself,
Yeah.
I get swarmed. Like, hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. We got specials on this. I'm like, bro, it's
one or
okay.
the other.
I just want to, cruise the aisles by myself. But I find it's like one or the other. But good on this guy for taking the phone and making that call on the intercom.
I mean, listen, had to be done. He wasn't being helped. And I mean, I think we can always, I can relate. I go to Home Depot. I go to Kent. Some of these places here, man, I mean, they're so big, right? And I don't know how many people they have working at the same time. But try to find somebody. I put it up on social media, man. I've been standing there 10, 15 minutes trying to find, and you can't find anybody in these joints.
Yeah.
But you're right. And then sometimes you'll walk in, there's 1,000 people ready to help you.
Yeah.
So I think there's some work to be done. But I've also talked about it when you go to different cities. It also changes too. Right? Like I go down south, I go to different places in the U.S. I can't even remember that when I went into a spot where I couldn't find somebody because they were just there. So many of them ready to help. So I don't know if they just overemploy because the hourly wage is less,
right?
So they hire more people. We've talked about that before. I don't know what the fact is, but I'd rather that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I hate waiting around. I've walked out of stores and not purchased anything because I just can't. Nobody comes to help you.
Yeah,
that's frustrating.
I've definitely done that. I've definitely most recently happened to me at Best Buy. I was looking to get a GoPro, and I remember I was like, "Hey, I want to buy this." The guy didn't have his keys. Perfectly fine. Go get your keys or get somebody who has the keys. And I remember waiting there for like 5-10 minutes. And I was like, if this guy doesn't come back in like 2 minutes, I'm out of here. Yeah. And the guy didn't come back. Never came back.
It happens, people. It happens.
Yeah.
Customer service, step your game up, people.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I decided to get a little bonus story.
Here we go. Speak on it.
Oh, boy. It's not the best bonus story, but it caught my eye. What do you think this guy did?
Oh, God. Listen, there's so many things this guy could have done.
Yeah.
Just by looking at him. He doesn't look pleased, number one. Oh, I don't even know. I don't even want to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end today's show with a doozy. It's not a good one.
He looks like a winner.
Yep. Oregon man admits sexual contact with a horse.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
I
don't know where these people come from.
Oh.
So, a 20-year-old man was arrested Tuesday morning for allegedly sexually assaulting a horse outside Hillsboro, Oregon.
Yep.
Kenneth, is his name, who's often seen in a place called Forest Grove, was arrested for sexual assault of an animal and second-degree burglary. The investigation started April 19th when deputies responded to suspicious circumstance call at a home in the 200 block of Northwest 334th Avenue. Yeah. Whatever. That means nothing to us. No. The homeowner said she went out to her horse stables and found one of her horses tied up in a way that she didn't leave it. She also noticed that some of her items had been moved, but nothing appeared to be stolen, except the innocence of a horse.
Little pony. We don't know he was an innocent horse. Maybe he's a guilty horse.
Anyway. After further investigation and evaluation by a veterinarian, didn't know that was a thing, deputies believed that the horse had likely been sexually assaulted.
I don't even want to know how they found that out.
That's what I mean.
First of all,
bringing the horse in.
CSI.
Yeah, like CSI veterinarians unit.
Horatio comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. Your horse has been sexually assaulted. Anyway, so the homeowner and neighbors provided deputies with information about the suspect, leading to the arrest of Kenneth. Kenneth initially admitted to going into the stables, but only to look for work.
A likely story.
Yeah, sure, Kenneth. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
However, deputies said he later admitted to having sexual contact with the horse. He was on probation for previous crimes prior to Tuesday's arrest. Hopefully nothing of the animal sort.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, you know.
Kenneth is giving all the Kenneths bad name out there.
when you can't get some action from humans.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, just do it to yourself, man. You don't have to take it out on unsuspecting people, animals.
Your horses, leave the horse alone.
What the horse do to you?
Maybe don't even like you.
It probably didn't like you.
Listen, just go home, take care of it. You'll feel better.
Yeah, and your ambition to do something, way down.
There's a lot of sites that can help you with this.
Yeah, we can help you.
We're experts.
We can send you to a couple sites to help you out.
Oh, we have all kinds.
Yeah.
Check my history.
Yeah.
But listen, what did he get for this? I mean, it's a crime, obviously, I'm assuming, right? Is that a crime to sexually assault a horse?
He just faces 2 additional probation violation charges.
I have a feeling he's done this before.
Sexual assault. Yeah, clearly. You just don't, so one day wake up and be like,
no.
I'm going to do a horse today. No, you've done this before.
You have to have a plan.
Yeah.
What if that horse kicks you? I mean, he may not like what you're doing. Maybe he likes a little foreplay, that horse. Maybe you just try to jump right in it. Like,
I'm trying to think if it was like it says a horse, so it's not like one of those little ponies at the circus.
No. If it's a pony, they say pony. That's a horse. That's a full breed.
How tall is Kenneth?
I don't know. He looks a little lanky in that picture.
That's true.
And how is he doing what he's doing? I don't even want to know.
I don't know, Kenneth.
So many questions, Kenneth.
You're disgusting.
We need to know.
Yeah, we discussed this.
We really don't need to know. So gross.
Yeah.
But what's not gross is a big victory last night in the NHL. Your boys' team, there you go. Boston Bruins pulling it out.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Even though you didn't watch, I think most
I did. Listen, I had something else to do.
What kind of fan are you, man?
I was in spirit. I was number one fan, but I turned.
You couldn't watch it.
I put this phone down and just put it away for like 3-4 hours.
Yep.
At 8 o'clock, I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to look at this. So around 11:40, quarter to 12, I picked it up. I checked the Raptors score. I was like, oh, good.
Yes.
Good for Toronto.
Yep.
That's the only Toronto team I was rooting for.
Right.
And then hesitantly just went to the NHL one, and I was just biting my teeth.
Yeah.
And then I saw the score.
You were good.
And I was relieved. Oh. And I could sleep easy. I had a good sleep last night, actually.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
So did Kenneth.
Yeah. Jeez.
On to Tampa Bay then.
On to Tampa Bay.
For Boston.
First game I believe they play is on Saturday at 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
There you go.
I say Boston in 6 against Tampa. Tampa's really good this year. So was Toronto. Okay. So shouts out to Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm not a hater. Not a hater, ladies and gentlemen.
The fans in Toronto did not look very happy.
No, because it was another Game 7 end. I mean, it was so reminiscent to what happened, I think, in 2013, 2014, where it led to Game 7, and Toronto was up, I think, 4-1 in the last game. And then third period, they just fell apart, and Boston scored 3 in the third, and then went to OT, and I believe Bergeron scored the winner in overtime and sent Toronto packing. And almost the same thing happened in the game yesterday. It seemed really tight. I watched the highlights.
It was a very good game. And
the third period just seemed Toronto just collapsed, and 4 unanswered goals came from Boston. So, shouts out. I'm not.
Good series, good game. That's all you can ask for when it's a playoff hockey. So, an NBA playoffs. So we're actually going to be thinking about maybe incorporating maybe a Friday rundown for sports. So might be something we're working in, guys. We'd love to. I know that a lot of people on here watch sports. They have different teams. I think it would be good engagement. Yeah. So we'll think about that.
Unbiased, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we have our teams, but I think we can give some unbiased
we will be professional
opinions.
As always.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that means.
I don't even know that means absolutely nothing.
It's not really that good for us. But anyway.
What are you doing tonight, sir?
Tonight, what day is today? Thursday? I got to get my workout in tonight.
You gotta do your
I'm
Saturday.
watching the NFL draft tonight, which is night 1 tonight. And tomorrow, we're getting ready.
We're getting ready for big things.
If you're in town, Just for Laughs Festival, it's going down at Spatz Theater Friday night and Saturday night. Spatz Theater. I think the show starts around 7 o'clock. If you don't have your tickets, we will be there. Yep. Because we are doing our little service there. We have a little bar service. If you want to swing by and see what we got going on.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing this fine rainy evening?
In mere moments, I'll be heading to the theaters to see one of the most anticipated movies ever. I'm going to go see the new Avengers movie.
Boom.
The Infinity War.
How do you like them apples?
Going to see that baby at 7 o'clock. Starts at 7. Nice. And I'm going to be locked in for 2.5 hours.
You better move your ass.
Oh, I know. It's getting close to showtime. But I have reserved seating, so.
You got the D box?
No, I didn't get the D box. I just got reserved seating.
Oh. Excuse us. Yeah. Excuse the shit out of us. Yeah. I don't even get that kind of treatment. Yeah. Okay.
Solo dolo to the movies.
Shouts up to that. You going by yourself?
Yeah, I always go to movies. I usually go to 90% of the time. I'm going to movies by myself.
You are the dude.
Yeah.
Did you gorge out there?
That's all your business, Tony.
That's the part you don't see on his fucking Instagram stories. You seen the Instagram stories? You never see him at the theater, do you? Now you want to know why. I'm taking you to the theaters. I want to see what you eat. All right. So that's what it is, guys. Thank you for joining us once again. We will be back tomorrow for Sexy Friday edition.
Yes.
And we hope everyone will come back tomorrow. We want to see you guys again.
We want to see your beautiful faces. That's it for today's show. And again, like Tony said, we do respect your time and respect you guys for coming to hang with us every day at 5 o'clock. So have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
We out.